Hello everyone, welcome to Yakking with Fiaura. Yeah, yakking. So basically this, for those people who are new, this is basically where I'm going to go over a bunch of stuff involving the channel, involving video games, involving all this other stuff going on that you guys may or may not see or have seen. So in the meantime, let's get started. First thing I have to say is I miss a lot of you guys. And what do I mean by this? Well, I've noticed that a lot of you guys don't comment as much, and I'm wondering if you're burned out, if you're bored, or you know what's going on. So the subscriber number is up, like way up, but the number of comments is actually kind of down, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's frustrating, but it's a little miffing, and it's something going on I'm not aware of. But a lot of my normal subscribers, and I'm not going to call you out by name, but a lot of the people I used to have, you know, whole conversations with in the comments box below just aren't talking. And I'm wondering, you know, if you just can't think of anything creative to say, or if you're bored, or what. So let me know. Just let me know. By the way, there's going to be like a base comment at the bottom that I make that's going to basically detail out all of the stuff that I've possibly asked you questions of over the course of the thing, so don't worry about immediately answering anything. Next thing, Armored Warfare. Apparently I have about 4 or 5 trolls that just love to visit my channel and hit the thumbs down button, and the reason that I know it's not my normal subscribers is YouTube analytics is awesome. So basically I can isolate it to say, okay, the people who dislike this, what is the average amount of time that they watched, and are they subscribers or non-subscribers? And the vast majority, when I say vast majority, I mean like 98% of dislikes belong to non-subscribers, or people who were not subscribed at the time they hit the dislike button. On top of this, people who hit the dislike button watch the video for less than 10 seconds on average. I have haters. They exist. Whatever. So, that's kind of there. I actually have, it just happens, I guess, as time goes. I know Jingles has haters, I know Markiplier has haters, I know, hell, I think even Chipmunk might have a hater or two at this point. Wink at your Chipmunk. But it happens, so, yeah. I actually had a question for most of you. I want to know what's working and what's not working. And by that I mean I kind of want to know what is building subscribers and what's, you know, a waste of my time. So where did you find out about the channel? Particularly if you're new, I would really love to know where you found out about the channel. And you can tell me whatever you really want to tell me. But I would prefer to actually, you know, have some input here, so I know what I need to keep doing and what I need to stop doing. Because what I need to stop doing is obviously a waste of my time, and what I need to keep doing is obviously not a waste of my time. So just give me some input. YouTube analytics doesn't really tell me how you got here. It just, wow, nice blind shot on a waffle that was never spotted. That's just mean. Poor waffle. Didn't even realize he was being a bullet shield. Anyway, just let me know. Like, how did you find out about the channel? Did you find out about it during a match? Did you find out about it through YouTube Gaming? Through a YouTube community? Through Reddit? Through Facebook, Twitter, some other source? Like, let me know how you found me. Because that's going to be helpful for, like, all the effort that I put forth to get new subscribers, and at the same time the effort I put forth in these videos, it'll let me know who to focus on and who the core audience is at this point, other than just World of Tanks and Armored Warfare. So that's something that is up to you guys, whether or not you want to talk to me about it. So moving on, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but the channel has a Facebook group and a Twitter group. and it's how quite a few people at this point actually keep up with when videos go up. So look in the description down below, and you will see a Facebook and a Twitter account. Every time I put up a video, the video goes into that group or goes onto that Twitter account. If you want to keep up with the channel, that's how you do it. Somebody, like 4 of you, have asked me, how do I keep up with your videos? And I said, well, you can check your YouTube subscriptions, or you can, use the social media stuff. And I figured I would point out the social media stuff for you guys to make it easier to find. So that's a thing, apparently. Some of you may have noticed the new intro. Those of you who didn't, I'm going to play it shortly. That is for the vampire videos, because I am going to be doing what looks like a pretty prolonged series now on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Not just the core game, but also the anti-tribute mod is complete and out, which means I will get to play the, I'm sorry that I keep saying and so and those kind of things. I've had a long day, can you tell? And also some of my ribs are bruised for helping a friend try to move. Yeah, hospital visit wasn't fun. But anyway, the whole point here is that I will be running the anti-tribute mod, which allows you to play as the Sabbat. And Gina suggested that I play as Samishi, which is a clan I've never actually played before. So we'll be playing another clan I've never played before, and we'll be trying out the anti-tribute mod. Which is a completely different campaign. Everything is set up completely differently. I don't know if they have voice actors, so we might have to bear with no voice actors, but then again, they might have voice actors, which would be awesome. And I think that it has a completely different main questline plot from the other game, or from the core game. Moving on, what about the core games that are currently on the channel? World of Tanks, World of Warships, Armored Warfare. Armored Warfare looks like it's going to be moving into open beta. I don't have this confirmed one way or another yet, but we really look like we're going to be moving towards open beta. There's not going to be any more early accesses. I say this because the progress from the stress test was not saved. It's gone. You didn't earn any more progress during your stress test for the past weekend. Whatever you earned won't be there, quote unquote, in the next early access. I'm thinking there's not going to be another early access. We're going straight into open beta, which, after the improvements of early access 4 and the major balance changes in early access 5, it's ready for open beta. So Armored Warfare looks like it's moving into open beta. At the same time, if you've been keeping up with Rita's blog spot, if you haven't, Wargaming is going to begin testing an alternative artillery system. The same exact artillery system that Armored Warfare employs. I'm not kidding. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? In this case, if it is broke, look for an alternative. We have an alternative now, and Wargaming is apparently listening. So there will be a potentially automatic or upcoming skill to let you that you have to earn on your crew to let you know you're being targeted by artillery, and artillery will be doing much higher rate of fire, much less damage, and artillery won't be breaking tracks or won't break them as often. That's the word. Whether or not Wargaming follows through with this, we don't know, because Serb is adamant that the current system of artillery prevents camping. Sure it does. That's why you see 5 heavy tanks pulled up against the same rock slide, praying to God they don't get smoked by artillery. Totally prevents camping. But that's going to be a thing. World of Warships has revealed the German, inadvertently leaked, the German cruiser and destroyer line, as well as announced the Soviet and, I believe, yeah, just the Soviet destroyers and cruisers. My response to these two announcements, that's nice and all, but last time I checked, you gave us a war spite before you gave us just about any other nation's ships. Why are we not getting the British ships first? Because I want to see the British ships. Because you know who's famous for having a navy? Britain. But that's the word on the 3 major games that you guys mostly show up for. We're going to be moving on, however, and looking at some other games that you guys either don't know is going to be showing up on the channel or have seen on the channel already. So let's go have a look, shall we? So what you guys are seeing on the screen right now is actually Warhammer End Times Vermintide. You heard me. Vermintide. So it is it's a horde-based game. Kind of like Left 4 Dead. We haven't had a good horde-based game, by the way, in 6 years, since Left 4 Dead 2. And we've never had one, or a first-person game for that matter, that had masterfully written, excellent melee combat. Guess what this focuses on? Melee. And I've played some of the closed beta, and it's kind of awesome. Now, this is not footage of me playing. This is actually footage that I found already on YouTube that's been released. Because the NDA is up for the closed beta, I can't actually show you the closed beta footage that I was in. Hopefully, I'm still in the closed beta and can start on September 30th. If not, I'll have to wait until October 23rd. So that means for Halloween, we will be looking at Warhammer Vermintide. And oh my god, that is a lot of rats! And this gameplay footage is actually from the perspective of the Inquisitor, who, as you can see, has a brace of pistols that he can unload, as well as, I think his current equipment is an axe. And there's something like, they talked about something like 800 different weapon combinations you can put together between the 5 initial classes. And you earn these by literally going out and killing Skaven and completing missions to get loot dice. That's right, you shake up some dice, and it's literally like it's like a dice minigame for the loot that you acquire. And part of the system is also to not give you the same thing over and over again. So you might get something, you might get a pair of swords for your elf, you might get a brand new gun for your dwarf, you might get a shiny sword for your bright wizard. But so far, first off, the graphics on the game are amazing. It is very grim, it is dark, the gameplay has been absolutely fantastic as well. The melee combat feels fluid, you feel powerful and at the same time vulnerable. And the enemies are not like fighting zombies who will just rush at you mindlessly. We got ambushed, we had them retreat and regroup to try to catch us off guard or lead us into a trap. The entire spawn system is dynamic, and the AI is incredibly intelligent. I ran the same mission 4 times, and I can tell you right now, I didn't have the same experience any of the 4 times I ran the same mission. The missions alternate different objectives that you have to complete, and just generally, this has been a good game. Now, moving on to something else coming up that you guys might be interested, might not, is Fallout. You heard me. Fallout 4 comes out November 10th. And on November 11th, you can fully expect me to start playing it. Or you will see the first Let's Play of Fallout. It is... I mean, this is just the combat montage that Bethesda has released, and so far, I like it. It is vicious, it is gritty, the power armor actually feels like power armor now instead of just a really thick layer of armor. Death claws are even scarier, as you're about to see. That is terrifying! Oh, please don't. Oh, God! Yeah, I'm guessing that death claws can be instant death, literally, which might actually make the game a bit more challenging and also dynamic in the fact that, you know, you get to high level and there's still easy ways to die. Also, I'm guessing the Brotherhood of Steel is a major factor here because you just called in a Brotherhood of Steel helicopter, so obviously it's a major factor. Anyway. So that is going to be Fallout 4. coming up on the channel. And then some of you may have noticed. Some of you may have noticed this. Some of you may not. But I've started playing Blood Bowl. And every so often, I will be giving you guys a Blood Bowl game. Now, the first time I did this, it didn't run exactly as smooth as I thought it did as far as recording went. So I'm going to be adjusting some of my recording settings, seeing about making it smoother and easier and a better video overall. Like I said, I'm also going to be building intros for all of these series, like their own custom intros. So Armored Warfare will have its own intro, World of Warships will have its own intro, Blood Bowl and Vampire will have their own intro. Vampire obviously already has its own.
I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster.
Intro, and I'm just going to be trying to up the production quality of the channel itself by building intros to these individual games that I'm going to be playing long term. Now, I don't know how long I'll play Blood Bowl on YouTube. Yeah, you might want to actually go watch this and listen to my reaction for, you know, killing someone. But I'm going to try my best to play 4, 5, 6 games. And if you want to play me in Blood Bowl, cool, let's do it. Just name when, and we'll do it. I may release additional videos as they release additional races for Blood Bowl and play through a couple games with those races. But yeah, that's Blood Bowl. That is something that's been added to the channel. Starting next Monday, there will be a Monday Blood Bowl every week. Period in the story. It's just gonna happen for 3 or 4 weeks, probably all through November, and then I'll see how it's doing and determine if I want to keep going or stop. Now, while we're moving on to Darkest Dungeon, I will say that yes, there was no Dragon Age video this week. I had a crash. The video driver just crashed during the recording because you have to remember that Dragon Age was originally written with Dragon Age was originally written with 16 to 32-bit computers. I'm running a 64-bit operating system on a 256-bit. No, what is it? 256-bit? Yeah, 256-bit or 512. I don't even know. Stupid high-end graphics card. Interacting with a 64-bit recording software program, all back onto this older game. I've had a similar problem with Vampire at times where the interaction causes the video to fail. The difference being that Vampire is about 30 minutes to record something, while Dragon Age is 45 to an hour. So it only made sense at that point to just release the Vampire video that Dean and I had already recorded. In the meantime, Darkest Dungeon. You guys will hopefully be seeing Darkest Dungeon at some point tomorrow. I'm gonna hold off a little bit. I hope that they do a midnight update, because supposedly on September 29th, that is tomorrow, they're going to be releasing the code, and I want to get in there and show you guys the code, like out the gate. So we'll be seeing Darkest Dungeon tomorrow, and I hope the code turns out to be everything that was promised. If Darkest Dungeon is not, in fact, I will go ahead and have something recorded and uploaded. So if Darkest Dungeon is in fact not releasing the code tomorrow because of a delay or something, well, we already have a video ready to go. In the meantime, I think that's most of the games and most of the major changes to the channel. That's a lot of stuff to go over really quickly, but we have some more stuff to go over and some much more interesting things happening. So we're going to move back into the realm of World of Tanks and start going from there, shall we? So we're back into subscriber replays with the Chris Blade and his little looks and a tier 7 match. Anyway, but we're not here to talk about the match. We're here to talk about what's going on. So what else is going on with the channel? Well, collaborations coming up. This week, I will have Claws on the channel, hopefully on Wednesday. Super Gambo is supposedly going to, do a video back and collaborate with me in the future on Warhammer Vermintide. He's a German YouTuber, and this might actually turn out to be kind of awesome. Bobo Grimmer, who does a lot of artillery-based replays, stuff that I really would rather not touch, but he does it, and I understand why he does it. I'm informed now, if I'm totally wrong and he wants to call me wrong, sure, but from what I read, he actually has a disability, and artillery is the only way he can still enjoy the game. So he does a lot of artillery replays, and if you like artillery, well, go check him out. He and I are going to be doing a replay commentary on each other's replays. I sent him my T-54 lightweight. He sent me a Tiger II and a Panther M10. We're going to do commentary on each other's replays and have some fun with that. In addition to this, now we're getting into the bigger territory here. Aging Jedi and I are going to be looking to get together in the next 2 weeks. For those who don't know who Aging Jedi is, he is a British YouTuber with about 8,000 subscribers. He would be the largest collaborator I've had, and that's kind of awesome. So first, I have to give a very, very big thank you to Aging Jedi for the opportunity, and if we do get together and we do have some fun together, I hope that we go up on each other's channel and we just have a hell of a time. The next one, it kind of surprised me. So one of you, who I don't know and shall remain nameless as far as I know because I don't know who the crap basket you are, put me up to talking to Jim from the Jimquisition. For those of you who don't know who this is, there's an annotation up right now, and there's also a link in the description to his channel. He currently has, it's Jim Sterling on YouTube. He currently has 274,000 subscribers. And I'm going to read the email that we exchanged. Hi Fiaura, I think Podquisition would be a great place to chat about your work and experiences, though it's only an audio format if that could work for you. I am copying Kate, my co-host and de facto producer, who may in a better way at organizing guest appearances and stuff than I am because I am stupid. Laura, what do you reckon? We have a short list of potential future guests for our show on standby, which I'll pop your name on. I can't guarantee if or when we'll get back to you, but if there's a week where we have a gap in production schedule and a relevant lead topic, I'll get back to you about having you on a short segment on the show over Skype. To reiterate, the segment is audio only and on our audio podcast, and as with any other guest, we get full control over hosting rights. Fine, fair enough. As a fellow transgender in the industry, I understand some of the issues you've experienced, and if there is a relevant link, I would be happy to get you in with a short segment for us. Hope to get back to you in the coming weeks. So, below is their YouTube channel, and secretly I kind of gave you guys their emails. Shh! If you guys want to email them and thank them for the opportunity, I hope that I get on their show. But if you guys want to go out of your way to send some fan mail to them and say thank you and we heard about you through Fiaura, that would be awesome. But that's if you want to go the extra mile, guys. You don't have to. I'm not going to make you. I don't even expect you to. But that's all of the collaborations that I know so far that are being put together. I've got some other messages out to a few other YouTubers about potential collaborations, but they're going to have to get back to me. I sent out messages. I sent out emails. I did my thing. I have to see if they want to get back to me or not. It would be awesome if they did. And I would actually like to do stuff with them. Just to, see if we could have something to have fun with, or have something in common, or just have something entertaining for you guys to watch that would make you laugh and have fun. Because that's what we're here to do. I'm not just here to teach you guys how to be better tankers and play video games better. Because, I played video games all my life since I was little. It was one of my escapes from my abusive father. If you don't know about that, go check out the Yakking with Fiaura video 3, and it'll tell you my entire life story over the course of 30 minutes. But we don't have time for that right now. we're focused on, you know, what's going on now. So these people, awesome to be collaborating with. There are links to all of their YouTube channels. I would ask that you guys, you know, go check them out, give them a look, and leave comments thanking them for giving Fiaura the opportunity to collaborate with them. And hopefully they do actually follow through with their collaborations. I really hope that that Jim Sterling comes through for me, and because that would be awesome. It's one of the reasons why I've done a couple collaborations here recently with people who have less than 100 subscribers, because back when I had, you know, 100 subscribers, I really wanted like some big YouTuber to notice my videos and come help me out. Well, I'm doing that for these smaller YouTubers because that's what I would have loved that. I never got that, so help everybody I can, and, you know, maybe they'll help me in the future. Or, you know, maybe they'll help me right now. Who knows? In the meantime, we're going to be opening up the fan mail box. The fan mail box. What is in the fan mail box this week? Well, I have 3. Count them, 3. Different emails to talk about. So the first one belongs to... Oh. Well then. I just realized I can't actually read that one because they asked for it to remain private. I'll keep it private. I almost made a screw up. I'm Fiaura. Come on. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. Laugh at me. Slap me in the head a few times. I don't care which one. Let's see here. I'm trying to... Well, I've got a bunch. I've actually got like 20. So I'm trying to pick out 2 or 3 really good ones. Okay. Here's one. From Mr. Smith. I saw your World of Warships replay. It looked okay and you looked fine. I mentioned you to a Cherokee girl I met on a chat line. She is looking for her roots and really needs a good female role model. She is searching for the Cherokee connection while the rest of her family is westernized. I pointed her at Yakking 3 as an example of what she can do. It's sort of a 6 degrees of separation thing. You are the nearest to the right direction I can think of. I know her only as Vanessa from Connecticut. If you have any ideas, I will pass them on as I can. Our contact is pretty random, so it may be a while. I am just passing the question to the smartest person in the area I know. I'm not the smartest person. It is clear you are the brains of the outfit. In gaming, you may not only be the brains worth noticing sometimes. Okay. So, apparently I would be happy, Vanessa, to help you connect with your Native American roots. I will do everything I can to help you hunt down your tribe, to help you hunt down your tribal's lands and your reservation, and whatever else I can do to help you reconnect with that type of culture. So if you want to get in touch with me, sweet. And the next one I'm going to read is actually from a similar person. They wanted to know, because they heard me mentioning an altar in California, when I was in California, about not being able to bring it with me. They wanted to know if I was a Wiccan. I'm not a Wiccan. I'm actually a Shinto, which I will do something really awesome. Hold on 2 seconds. I know the camera is rolling and the mic's there, but I wish to show you guys my robes. So, if you're looking at the camera right now, so these are actually the robes I wear when I do ceremonies and when I do meditation in the morning. Hi guys, what's up? So, yeah, I am actually a Shinto. I learned of the practice through my sensei when I was doing martial arts training, and since then I have slowly developed into the culture that and the spiritual awareness. It's how I learned to meditate. It's how I learned to actually, you know, you guys know I have a fair bit of rage, but some of you are quite surprised at how much I can contain. When I've had a good meditation day, I can contain a lot of my rage. When I haven't had a good meditation day, well, that's not really going to happen. So, these are the actual robes that I would wear when I wake up in the morning and do my meditation. It's also the robes I wear when I do certain ceremonies, which I think I only do 3 or 4 a year right now. And my altar is packed up. It's kind of a shrine type deal. I call it an altar, but it's really it's a small mobile packable shrine. The nearest actual shrine for my religion is in Washington, D.C. But if you have further questions about my religion, you're free to ask. I'm not really gonna offer them away or get mad at you guys for asking those type of questions. And I'm trying to see if there's any other... Oh, here is the last one. So, Miss Carter has contacted me through YouTube wondering about my about how my graduate school experience so far has gone. And I will say it's been a mixed bag. Very mixed bag of experiences from graduate school here at Rutgers. And I hope it improves drastically over the course of the next couple semesters, because I'm only going to be here for 3 more semesters after this, 2 of which I'm going to be doing my thesis and dissertation. But it's been going fairly well, I would say. I feel kind of isolated because it is grad school and everybody's doing all these various work that, you know, puts them in isolation a little bit. And I do kind of feel with classes I take outside, with graduate classes I take outside of my department, like this semester, these first couple of weeks have been boring. And it's nothing against the professors, it's the fact that the material that they have to go over to make sure we all have the same basis for the study of gender and the study of sexuality, I already have a degree in. This week's readings, I've already read like 4 of them. For instance, I've already read 4 of them. Out of the 8, I've read 4 of them in previous classes in my undergrad. But they're readings that everybody has to be familiar with in order to discuss the more advanced material we're going to get into. And I will admit some of the students here are not from my field. Fair enough. But as you can imagine, going into a class in which 3 out of the 4 readings for the week are stuff that I have a degree in, once we've discussed, you know, start discussing stuff, there's... I mean, this just seems like a petty complaint, really, and it probably is. But once we've discussed, you know, a few things, it just gets to the point where I'm like, I've been over all of this. I could recite all of this verbatim for you if you would like. Anyway, so that's one of my complaints. My other complaint is, as a transgender student, everyone seems to give me this kind of off-putting reaction at times. Because they're like, you're transgender and you're open about it. I don't know how to react to you. And I'm like, do you not know how to treat me like a human being? So, I mean, that's the mixed bag. Now, the positive bag is that the professors that I wanted to work with, the professors that I want to help me write my thesis and sit on my dissertation board, are awesome and amazing and wrote me letters of recommendation for grants that I didn't get. That's something else. I applied for 11 grants, 2 of which are specifically for transgender students. I got none of them. I'm running a 4.0 GPA. I have a 322 GRE score between verbal and mathematics, and I have a 6.0 perfect GRE writing score. The competition must either be incredibly stiff, or there are people who don't like me. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess there can be people who don't like me. Or the competition could be incredibly stiff, or it could just be, I don't want to give this to a transgender student, which is another, it's just a problem with grad school in general. I mean, we can't actually see the full decision-making process for these universities, and therefore can't actually, you know what's going on there. In the meantime, guys, I'm sorry that I look all bent out of shape. I am just getting back from the hospital. I am also kind of on painkillers for the bruised ribs, which is why my I keep having ums and so's and those kind of things. So please forgive me for that one. There is one last thing. Ow. Okay, there's one last thing before we close, and that is Wednesdays. Is it Wednesday? I'm gonna look. Give me a second. I'm gonna look. No, it's Thursdays. Thursday's live stream starts at noon and goes until 7 p.m. And it is called the Credit Grind Charity Challenge. For those who don't know what this is, it's actually not anything I've seen before. I just kind of made it up. Yeah, Fiaura made something up.
We have to break their hold on this.
So here's the deal. For everything that you guys put into fan funding on that live stream, half of the donation will go to a charity. And you guys need to tell me in the comments below if you want next week's charity live stream to go to breast cancer research or Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Your choice. You guys call it. But you can pick. Use the comments below to vote which one next week's charity goes toward. This week's charity is one I'm going to choose. And taking the advice from one of my fans that if I'm going to take the flack for being transgender, I might as well take advantage of it. This week's charity is the Transgender Suicide Hotline. So half of the donations go there. In addition to this, for every, and during the Credit Grind Charity Challenge, that is a tongue twister if I ever heard of one. I am going to donate $1 to the charity from my own pocket for every 150,000 credits I earn in World of Tanks. Now, here's the kicker. I'm only allowed to play premium vehicles. I can only play vehicles that earn extra credits. So, for you guys to know, that's how I'm going to be doing it. And this is going to be the first one, and then every week I'm going to be running one of these charity live streams. And during the Monday video, you guys will vote for the next week's charity live stream. So, this Yakking with Fiaura video, let me know if you want it to go towards breast cancer research or Boys and Girls Club of America. Or you can suggest your own charity. Your choice. And half of what you guys put into the fan funding tip jar goes towards charity. And when I say half, I mean half. So, what YouTube takes, I just lose. Half of the total. So if you put in $1, 50 cents goes towards the charity. If you put in $20, $10 goes towards the charity. And you guys will see at the end of the live stream me add up the total credit gain and therefore the total amount of money I'm putting in. Plus, I will actually show you guys how much the fan funding is tipped in and therefore how much goes to the charity from you guys. I figure if we're going to do this, we're going to do something awesome and amazing. And I hope that you guys will show up and have some open hearts. We'll see how it goes for about 3 weeks and see what we can do for charity. And with these charity donations, yes, I am going to put this donation is from Fiaura the Tank Girl and her fans. Please check us out at the channel so that these charities know that this is where the money's coming from. This is why this donation was made, and that's how we're going to do it. So, in the meantime, that's it for this week's Yakking video. That's everything I wanted to cover. Please check the description below to see the various collaborators and their channels. And please hit the like button. If you want to see other Yakking videos, click on them. They're right there above me. Go for it. If you would like to donate to the channel directly, you can do so through Patreon. It's right there in the lower left hand corner. If you would like to see more of Fiaura's shenanigans, hit the subscribe button. But that's everything, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye, guys. Truly awesome for that. You should be patting yourselves on the back, and you guys should be patting yourselves on the back for getting this channel this far, because without you guys, I mean, I'm just a person sitting up here ranting. It's you guys that have been sharing the videos, that have been telling your friends, that have been telling your clan mates, and that really honestly counts for something. Now, as I have AR gem here. I'm jerking the camera around on you quite a bit. I'm sorry if it's making you motion sick. It's making me motion sick, and I have it in the background. All right, let's announce the 500 gold winners. Aaron Kane, Yusu Ismail, John Powers, and I'm sorry if I butchered your names. I'm displaying them on the screen for you right now. Mike Schultz, Angus Beanie, Philip Zikovic. You guys need to see my replay. When are you going to get to my replay? The answer is very simple, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I get anywhere from, I think the lowest recently has been 7 to last Wednesday after my live stream. I looked and I had 32 replay submissions, and none of them were raw tankery submissions. All of them were feature submissions, and I was just like, I don't have time to watch all of these, at least not right now. So I don't know is the answer. It might be, I might see it tomorrow. I might not see it for 2 weeks.